Borislav, we can't hear you. You're muted. Boris was talking. I'm not sure if he was talking to me or to us. Not sure.
Yeah, I was saying it's time for us to start. All the people that are important are on time, so we have to respect their time. Yeah. And let's start and give everyone a chance to absorb as much as everyone can, and empower everyone as much as we can tonight, because it's a new day, it's a new week, it's a new month, and it's for many of you, this will be like so important. It's like you'll see. Let me just shut it down and I'll pass it to Bianca.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming onto the call tonight. I think it's exactly what Boris is saying. It's the right people that is here tonight, the committed ones, the ones that really want to take this forward. Thank you for taking out the time out of your very, very precious schedule to be here tonight with us. What we're going to share with you tonight is very special and I think very important for you to know. I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to leave it to Derek to do that. But I do want to introduce Derek to you. You know what? I've known Derek for the last 4 or 5 months, and we've worked. We've worked together. And in fact, he was introduced to me via Anthony Williams, and from Cape Town, my upline, and having started in this industry with computers, he was around computers. He knows what about software, and about opportunities that is available. He has had some success, mostly failures. Many times the companies went under. But you know what? This taught Derek a lot from many successful mentors and relationships that he built over the years. Take the 5 people you associate yourself. That is something that we hear quite often. Take their earnings each month, and then you add them up, and then the answer will tell you where you are. And choose your associates carefully. And this is what Derek did in the last 35 years. He made friends and he worked with many top leaders such as Tom Schritter, Brian Tracy, Fraser Brooks, Randy Gage, and Art Jonak, and many more people, including Boris Sapano, and also Cedric Harris. I'm still struggling with Boris' surname. Specifically in this opportunity, he worked with Boris and with Cedric, and he's the leader of our team. And one thing is that he is totally committed to this team. He's committed to helping each and every one of us, every single person in this business. Derek is committed to helping us. Over the next few months in this business, you will be helped to develop your skill and also to set your mind, not only just to help yourself, but even the people under you. And you will get great experience in this opportunity. But also the one important thing that we want to say is that we want to help you create a better version of yourself. You will become a better communicator, and I'm proud to be associated with Derek and to be part of his team. So without further delay, please have an open mind while you listen to the presentation. Like a parachute, it won't work unless it is open. So open up your mind, open up your heart, and take in. As Derek says all the time, his success in this industry, in this company, is focus on the people you invite into this opportunity by helping others achieve the results they want. By default, you will also achieve great things. And I'd like to repeat that. Focus on the people you invite into this opportunity by helping others achieve the results that they want. By default, you will achieve your great things, whatever results, whatever goals it is. So focus on the people and listen to Derek's story and specifically his why. And when you also listen to your prospects' why, you will have an understanding of how you can help them. Through his leadership and through his support, Derek will take us to the next level. Derek, over to you.
Thank you, Bianca. And what are the other two topics, please? After me is?
So after that, Derek is going to talk to us about the funnel and also about traffic, the opportunity that is available for us as his team members. And then we're going to talk about edification. Renton will take us through that. And then lastly, I will talk about the presentation or presenting. Then what we will do is we will have a 10-15-minute break, and then we will come back, and then Boris is going to share something very interesting. And I think for everyone on the call, you will really benefit greatly by staying on and listening to the second part of the call. And yeah, this is going to be, like I said, very, very exciting. It's going to be interesting. So stay tuned. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, Bianca. And Bianca's doing so much work in the background. You guys will begin to benefit from that. We're actually creating a completely new Facebook page where all the information, training, etc., will be available to everyone and all the new people. We're still finalizing that. Thanks to people who've also given me information. Andy's given me some information I asked for, which he had to hand. And again, that's going to be utilized and used in what we call our pattern for success, blueprint for success. Okay, so thank you everyone for being here today. I'm glad you could make it. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to be just briefly talking about in some detail is about this funnel. I don't know how many of you actually managed to look at the link I put out in the groups regarding the funnel. Now, the guy who got the funnel going was Michael Mansell, our upline, and he's very, very successful with funnels, okay? But what I've done is I've looked at it and I've thought of a way to actually bring it into our group without necessarily everyone having to cough up for extra costs on funnels and pages and all that sort of thing. So one thing I did, I spoke to Michael and I asked him if I could import the whole system into my CRM system, and that was the first thing. I had to change a lot of links and test it several times to make sure that the links all come back to us. Okay, so in a nutshell, the funnel takes the potential customer who comes via a landing page through the story, if you like, of the business and showing people from start to finish how it works, etc. There's 5 videos, so there's quite a few videos for people to get through. They're very short, they're not long, but having completed the videos, we should have an opt-in of about 30% for every 100 people that actually click through. Of those 30%, we're expecting roughly 3 to 5 people to actually sign up. So the way it's going to work, and the way I've worked it so that it can be fair on everyone, I've got 3 legs. So I'm working with my 3 leaders. They are going to pass to me the initial links, and the way it's going to work, and it's going to be run very, very fairly because of the way that we structure our business. It's going to be working from top to bottom, left to right. So effectively, what will happen is the people I've already filled my first 3, so I haven't got to worry about that. Next layer is I've got several, I think only a few people in the 2nd level, and then more in the 3rd and 4th and so on. So the way we're going to work it with each leg, and don't worry about which leg you're in because it doesn't matter. They're all equal, and they are actually running at almost equal rates. And it doesn't matter that the 3rd leg is actually equal with the first 2, because to qualify you only need to be half as much as the first 2, but that doesn't matter. So I'm trying to run them very, very equally. So what I'm going to be doing is buying traffic, and the way I worked that out was that for every $60 somebody spends, they're gonna be getting 3 new prospects signed up under them. So this is the way we're going to work it. We're going to collect whatever money. And by the way, people who haven't got the money or don't want to contribute, that's fine as well, because by default, it'll get to them eventually, because we'll get to the stage where all the leaders are going to have all their slots filled up. I've already done the maths on this. It won't take long. If we average 3 signups per 100. So in that case, it won't take very long at all. So what I will do then is, yeah, collect the dollars from all the people who want to put money in. And then it'll be split into the legs where the money's come in. And then I'm going to allocate certain amount of traffic to each, working my way down. And if we do this consistently every month, then we're going to get regular traffic and regular signups. Now, this doesn't mean to say you can't buy your own funnel from Michael if you wish. And also, I'm not stopping people. And by the way, we shouldn't stop using conventional methods. We shouldn't rely on this, in other words. It's not fully tried and tested. It's going to be tried and tested over the next month. And if it really works, we'll carry on. If it doesn't, then we will have to look at it again. You know, the other thing I'm thinking about is, is it worth me doing a separate funnel with my presentation, etc., so that we get another one going with that. So we'll see. I have used funnels tremendously over the past, and I've managed to build up teams of several thousand with funnels. The thing about funnels, if you haven't actually got control of the funnel and the company you're with is running it, you then don't have access to the people. So one thing I was keen on doing on this case was actually have access. Michael's actually put about 5 or 6 people into my team on my left leg, and they've come right down in there, but there's no way we can contact any of those people or know anything unless we go back to Michael and then say, where is this person? Who is this person? He's then got to sift through his hundreds, thousands of people to find that person, which is not easy. So the reason why I wanted control within the group was so that we had easy access, so we don't lose the people that we introduce. Okay. Anybody who has got experience with funnels, do come and talk to me outside this group separately, and we can actually discuss your thoughts and what you think about them as well. I'm really primarily coming in to explain how this is going to work. So we're going to be passing from top to bottom, and we're going to build a structure that's solid, and that's the whole point. If we go 3 by 3 all the way down, then it won't take long before we actually reach the people that are new people coming in, and we'll be placing them. Because if you think about it, once you've had your 3, providing they're building and they're actually there or they're being built under, they're not going to leave. So it'll be 3 by 3 all the way down. So some people might benefit tremendously. And again, I've said from the very, very beginning, I don't mind. I've actually built one person up to level founder 600, and he's personally gone from founder 600 to 1000 on his own. And, that means really to me that, having put all the extra effort in his business to get him to 600 was well worth it, because now he's actually building on his own. So it might have taken a while. But I'm not of the opinion, and I'm sorry if I hurt anyone like that, I'm not of the opinion that you make people have to work towards their goals, because I'm trying to build a structure that's good for everyone. So the basis of that structure is a 3 by 3 all the way down. If you build a solid structure that's 3 by 3 all the way down, everyone will be up in that ship. Everyone will be rising with the tide. So yeah, so that's basically it. Now the lead costs are roughly between $65 and $90 per 100. But if we actually pay more, in other words, if we're able to raise maybe $500 or $1,000 per month, then the cost goes considerably down. So we get a lot more leads for a lot more traffic. Now the traffic sources I'm using, I've tried and tested already. So I've got Michael Mansell's personal traffic supplier. I've also got a friend of mine who's actually an ambassador 20 in another leg. I was on his list, and he really kicks himself every time he talks to me. He says, I wish I'd talked to you. But he's actually ambassador 20, and he's also given me his lead supplies. They haven't got a funnel, by the way. We're the only one of the 3 legs that have actually got a funnel. But I know that the other 2 are actually looking at starting up funnels that will be particular to their leaders, obviously. So yes, I've got a funnel from there, and then I had a supplier as well, who supplied me for many years and was very good. And again, I'm looking at that as well as being a potential supplier. So it's really testing the market and seeing where we go with that. If we find that it's not working as well as we want, then we'll drop it. We'll just carry it. We aren't going to stop training people to contact, to invite, to build a list. That's our primary thing. Because without those skills, it's going to be very difficult when people drop below you even for us to then say, okay, you can take over and look after them. Because what I'm going to do currently is, as I place people, the only people that are going to be dealing with those people are the upline who are capable of helping and developing those people. I'm not expecting people who are brand new and don't have the skill set to actually have people in their team and then take over. That's not going to be the case because it won't help those people. We'll work with them maybe in developing them to help the people, but we're going to be concentrating on upline who are actually capable. And I know because we've got a lot of people in this business who are more than capable of looking after people, because even though we bring the people in already signed up, we're going to have to look after them, teach them, and get them to join the group. Because one of the things that's really, really important, and I've learned this from many people, including Boris, is that the glue that sticks us together is the growth of us as individuals to become better versions of ourselves. And as this goes into exponential growth, we will not know. I mean, I've got to the stage where I don't know everyone now in the group. So it's important. You will not know the people that join your team. So the way we keep it together through leadership and through upline and through obviously the whole training program that we're evolving. It worked very, very well in Amway many years ago, and I believe it can work very, very well for us as well. We were in the tens of thousands in the UK. And as far as I know, that's one of the biggest UK groups that ever existed. So I don't think there have been any big groups. We used to book up the NEC, which is a very large conference center in the UK. And this was, 30 years ago. So if we need to do like, every 3 monthly events and all that in the future, it'll also be part and parcel of it all. So we're looking towards doing that. So we're not making any money out of this, by the way, the funnel system. And that's another reason why I took it on board, because I didn't want what Michael's doing is getting people to pay for the CRM system, which is fine if you can afford it. But I just didn't want to add to what we've already got. I want it to be, 135 plus the 15. And if you wish to actually put in, an extra $60 a month, that's fine. It all adds up, and you will get your every person who puts $60 is going to get 3 people, and that's where I'm working it. So the time span, that'll depend on how much money we collect, but you will get them. And then again, the other thing I want to tell people and teach people is that this is not a get rich quick scheme. Yes, I did it fast, but how many people are going to do what I did to get there? So we've got to bear in mind people are working, people are doing other things, time, etc. comes into it. So we're looking at when you get guys started, when you get people started initially, I want you to sort of make sure that they understand it's going to be a 3 to 6 month project, because I believe that people can, let's forget about the funnel, I believe people can get 1 person in a month. And if they can't, then the upline or the person's working with them hasn't done a very good job. 1 person a month is not a lot to ask for. And I believe that's possible. So having done that, having said that, we're talking 3 to 6 months. So 3 months to get your and you're still in profit, by the way, guys. When you get to 3 and then you help those 3 get their 3, let's say that takes 4 months. You've got a situation where you've got 600 coming in and you've only spent like $300, $400 in total. So really it's the way it should be. And in a way I almost want to say it should take 6 months, but the way we're going to build it and help you, hopefully it'll take 3 months. But even if we said 6 months, it'll still be worth it. And I don't think I've come across something that can build so fast. In Amway we used to talk about 2 to 5 year plan, and that's really ideally a good way to grow people as well, because within that 2 year period, people are able to actually consistently grow having learned what they need to learn. It doesn't happen overnight. Just inviting, for example, takes time. It's taken me many years to learn all the different techniques. And today Renton is going to, talk about edifying. Some people don't even know what the word is. I didn't when I joined Amway. I didn't even know what the word was. And then I remember now I speak well of people and the importance of it. It's not just understanding what the word means, but why it's done and why we do it. So I think that'll cover most of what I want to cover. I will get into more detail on this. I was going to actually show the different pages on the website, but I'll actually tell you guys, go and look at the link. I'll put it in the group again and watch all videos. Don't register because there's no point. You'll get a load of emails coming to you and everything else, which is part of it. So I think there's about a month's worth of email, follow-up emails. Plus there's newsletters that we've got to put in there and things like that. So I've looked through all the emails, seen what they say. They all do end up with Michael Mansell's signature, but the links go back to me. The reason why I've left it like that is because it's him on the videos and it's him talking. So if we do replace that with anything that I do, then we'll obviously put my names on the emails. But currently that's what it's showing. On the newsletters, which we've got a choice to add, he may give us some emails for that, then it might be emails from myself. So basically this is for you guys to add extra people, but don't count on it as being your main way of joining people up. Carry on doing what you're doing, carry on learning how to invite people properly, because if you get that job right, it'll take out most of the other things you have to learn, most of the skills, because in doing the inviting properly, you get better confidence, you get better at communicating. So all the other skill sets become, like presenting and everything else, become a lot easier. It's about really getting yourself geared up for a business. And like any business, if you're going into business, you need to know what you need to know for that business. And this is not unlike any of those businesses. I'm currently doing the videos now for the Forex training, and I'm hoping to start either next week or the week after. Then I'll be able to give you feedback on that as well, which will be interesting because I've not done it to this detail at all. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how that goes. And then also we're looking to get a little group going, maybe with that in the Telegram group just for the Forex trainers. And also if anyone else wants to help with that, that'd be brilliant as well, particularly people with experience. Yeah, okay, Andy, I was thinking of you. So yeah, great. So thank you. So yeah, so what I'll do now, again, I'll pass you on to Renton. Renton's a good friend of mine, and we've known each other over 30 years. We've been in touch on and off, and he's a fellow chef, so we understand each other from a chef's perspective. And one thing we don't want to do, and I know he doesn't want to do, is go back to 12-hour shifts 6 days a week. And I'm glad to be out of it, really, and I'm just hoping I'm going to stay out of it. So yeah, Renton and I have known a long time, and I contacted him. I actually used the app to send Renton the video, and he saw the video. And what was funny is that I hadn't used the app till then, and then I got a message back saying, your video has been watched by Renton Ball, and would you like to contact him? And it was literally a few minutes after he'd looked at the video, and I got in touch with him, and he couldn't believe how quickly I'd actually got back in touch with him. It's like, you know, Big Brother watching you sort of thing. And that was to LinkedIn. So if you guys haven't used the app, it really, really works well. And also for the three-way calls, you need to get the ID number of the person you're actually doing the three-way call with, and then it works in with that. So it's another good thing. So yeah, so I'll pass it over to Renton, who's going to be talking about edification. Let me just find him. I've got to find him in the group, and where are we? I haven't got my mouse with me, so I'm a bit slow today. Sorry. Okay. There we go, Renton. You can unmute yourself.
Okay, thanks, Derek. That was exciting. I've got to say, that was really exciting what you've been telling us there. And, you know, when I first watched all those videos, I was just blown away. And I've got to say, I'm appreciative of all the work that you've put into this and all the leadership you've done for us here, because what's interesting is, you know, we've seen these funnels before, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen all these funnel type things before, but most of them are related to every network marketing business out there. So they're trying to sell their product to hundreds of different MLM businesses, but this one is specifically for us, which made a lot of difference to me, and it's specifically for this team. And obviously the way we structure our teams is paramount to us, because we want everybody to be successful. We want everybody to make money. So this is the quickest way we can do it and the most successful way we can do it. And the work Derek's put into this is just unreal, you know, which is brilliant and it's a good illustration. The most important thing is that Derek mentioned is that, you know, most of these funnels, people make money out of us from doing it, but that's not the intention here. We don't want to go down that route of making money out of people, supplying them with an extra tool, which this is an extra tool. So our intention is not to make money out of you or anybody else in this call with this funnel, because we're going to be the ones actually paying for it anyway. So that's exciting. I hope I got that right. But anyway, tonight I've been given 10 to 15 minutes to talk about edification. Now, edification, if you Google it and look it up, it will tell you it's speaking well of people and giving them credibility. Now, I can give you an example. In fact, turn back a few minutes and you listen to Bianca introducing Derek tonight. That was a prime example of edifying our leader, Derek, because she gave him the introduction to make you all pay attention and listen to what he's got to say. So Bianca did a brilliant job of what's called edification. That's speaking credibly and speaking up on somebody. And I've learned this over the years, and I always speak up to my upline, because that's you'll pay much more attention to what they're saying, because they become credible. But I'll give you an example. If whenever you've been onto the presentations, and I've been the one to present Derek onto the presentation, I would always say, Derek is a friend of mine. He's been involved now a couple of months more than me. He's doing a fantastic job. He's demonstrating how this business is built. I would strongly advise you to listen to how he's done this, and he's done it in a short time. You know, the business is exciting, and Derek is a good leader. He helps people. He won't, and you're in a business of your own here, but you're not on your own, because we will help you succeed. And he's a great guy. He's approachable. He's on the end of the phone, and he's been a massive help to me. So I'm going to introduce Derek. Now that is what's called edification. And the key thing is here that you may be coming to this business without any previous experience. You may be young, and you may not have any business credibility whatsoever. You know, this was me in 1989. I had no business experience, I had no knowledge of network marketing or multi-marketing at all in 1989. So what I had to do was get rid of my bad attitude, get rid of my aggressiveness, get rid of all my stinking attitude in order to grow and build a business like this. So what I did was I used the credibility of the person that was helping me. Now, I had some people that had been involved 4 years before me. So I had to use my upline as my third-party credibility person who has been successful, because Renton was the drunken village idiot. Who's going to listen to me? Let's be truthful about it. Who's going to listen to me? Because my reputation wasn't exactly a business person. So I had to use my upline as my credibility. So I often used to say, well, don't look at me because I'm not successful yet, but I know people who are, and I'm going to be. So it was kind of, if you don't have the business credibility, you're young, or a lot of your friends are older or whatever, they may not take you seriously. But the important thing is to use the people in your upline who do have that credibility. So if you have poor edification to your upline, they're going to have poor results on the phone call, basically, And I urged you to do these three-way calls with people who are making it happen and successful. So you've got to utilize that. Take the focus off you and put the focus onto your upline who's making it work, because they know you're not making it work at the moment. Okay. This really does work, and it will work for you. So if you're inexperienced and you don't have the credibility, you may not believe in yourself at this point, use the knowledge that your upline has. And what I want you to do is understand building trust. So can you draw a circle on a piece of paper at the top? And then I want you to draw a circle on the left side saying prospect. And then I want you to draw a circle on the other side saying leader. Okay, so 3 circles. You are at the top, prospect on the left, and the leader on the right. 3 circles. So what you do now is this is your phone call. You've called your prospect, and you say, oh, I'm going to link you into my successful. Don't use the word upline because they won't know what that means. So don't use any terminology that people don't understand. I've just got started, been in a few weeks. What I want to do is I want to introduce you to a person who's building the business very successfully. He's a good friend of mine. He's a leader in this, is experienced in this industry. I even say that now, and I'm experienced in the industry, and I use Derek as my third party. So why would I do that? The thing is, what the key thing is to do here is to, your prospect. So join the line between you and your prospect. You have trust between each other, okay? And between you and your leader, whoever it may be, there's a trust there as well. So in that triangle there's you and your prospect have trust, and you and your leader have trust. But what we want to do here is edify your leader, and here is the bridge we want to build between the leader and your prospect. So we're building a trust bridge between your prospect and the leader. And all of a sudden, because you've edified them and spoken well of them, given them credibility in their success story, then the trust, they're much more likely to listen to them. And what I do is just mute my call and I say, this is John. He's interested in knowing more about the business, and I just want him to chat with you for 10 minutes. So I've built that bridge of trust between the leader, the prospect, and you. Really important. And stories do matter, stories do matter. For example, there's a couple of people on the call here tonight who know me as a chef, but the thing is, they might think, well, how does he know how to build a business like this? So I kind of almost think, well, I've never exposed them to this before, so I'm going to build a trust between him, my leader, and get them in touch together and get them to communicate together. So, then if I was to link somebody in with Derek, then I'm doing it myself now because Derek's very busy with lots of other teams. So I'm doing the same thing myself. But I will say to you, Derek is a friend of mine. He's a chef, just like me. And he's making this business work. He's generating, and I don't make income claims. So I don't want to tell people how much people are making because I don't think that's relevant. Because your attitude determines your altitude, and if you have a good attitude, you'll determine that will happen. So, and I tell them that he's passionate about helping people and helping others to succeed. Derek's just showing exactly what I was saying there. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, but that's what I do. So in the meantime, I've got a few minutes left. And the next thing I want to talk about is negative talk, passing negative downline, and this is key because I've experienced this in other organizations. Now, this is how to absolutely kill your business. If you want to kill the team you've worked so hard to build up, you will kill your team off straight away by passing any negative comments into your team. What I mean by that is, for example, I was at a seminar one time when the main speaker had an organization of probably 10,000 people. Now, this particular speaker, we were a product-based business, and they spoke negatively for a couple of seconds on a particular product that we were marketing through our business. Now, this particular product they spoke about not in a good way. Now, how many people in their organization or anyone's organization do you think sold that product? You know, none, because that particular product declined massively. And Amway, the company we were with, they were kind of like, well, why did that product decline in such a huge way? Because this particular speaker was talking about negatively about a product. And why would anyone be interested in purchasing it then? Because that particular person that said it made a negative comment about it. So that will kill your business on just that. So don't talk negatively about our product. I mean, we all know what our product is. So, but you can kill it. If you have, let's take, for example, if you say to somebody in your team, I can't get anybody interested in joining. If you're saying that to somebody in your team, what are they going to think? Well, that's my excuse then for not getting anybody, isn't it? That's my excuse for not signing anybody out myself. If you find it hard, then you've given me permission to find it hard as well. So that's the negative comment that's gone down into group. I can't get anybody to attend the trainings. Well, if you say that to anybody, then that's given them permission to not attend the trainings, because you've passed a negative comment into somebody you've signed up. Now here you are killing off your business. They might say, I don't like the speakers that do the presentations. I don't like Renton. I don't like Bianca. I don't like Derek. I don't like Boris. Well, that's a negative comment you pass down into your team, which will prevent them from then coming to these training meetings, and it's given them an excuse not to. Am I getting this across properly here? Yeah, I hope so. I know this might sound a bit punchy, but it's absolutely a fact. The point is, though, will they listen to you will they listen to your advice and help if they say this sort of stuff, you know? But if you've got anything negative to say, or any challenges or any problems you may have with your own business, take it up. So take it up, and we all have challenges with our business, but we take it to our upline, not to our downline. That's where it goes. So negatives you may have go up. Any positives you have go down. So I only feed positive information into my team. I don't give them any negatives. You might have people say, oh, it's really impossible to recruit people. Nobody's interested. It's hard to do this. If you're saying that to your downline, then that gives them an excuse to make no effort, because you've fed them the information maybe they wanted to hear that, but maybe if they're a leader, they didn't want to hear that. So what I'm saying to you is, you're only going to know this sort of thing by attending trainings, be willing to be trained. I never told anybody that I've recruited into this business it's going to be easy. I will never tell people it's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. That's what I tell people. So if you're struggling, don't tell people in your team you're struggling, because then all you're going to do is blow out or give negative to your downline. Positives only. Do you know negative news spreads miles faster than positive news? Why do you think all the press put out negative news? Because negative news sells, and negative news spreads faster than any other type of news. So I'm going to wind it up there by saying, always, if you've got any issues, pass it to your upline who can deal with it, but never pass any negative comments downline, because all you're doing is crushing your team, and you're going to blow them out. You give them an excuse not to do it. And we're about helping people. Okay. So that's pretty much a summary of what I wanted to say tonight. I've taken 13 minutes and 53 seconds, so I didn't want to run over my time and steal any time away from Derek and Boris. So thanks for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Renton. That was great. That was really, really good. And guys, we're trying to create a culture of positive growth. So even your upline, they don't want to hear you moaning all the time. If you're going to actually come up to somebody and say, you know, I'm having a struggle, can you help me? That's different. But don't go moaning to your upline and saying, it's no good, nobody's joining, I can't do this. And the thing is, if you're saying you can't do it, you're right. And if you say you can do it, you're also right. So it's about getting a mindset of where you say, I can do this, I will do it, and I'll do what it takes to get it. So learn what I need to learn. So thank you very much, Renton. That was very, very informative, and I'm sure people will gain from this. And if you're coming to the trainings on a Monday, you'll learn some of these skills. So, you know, it's taken us years to pick up some of these things. We're not saying it should take you years. Some of us took a bit longer because we're a bit thick. Me included. So it's just taken a bit longer to learn everything, but you know, if we can do it, you can do it too. And I always say that we're just ordinary people who've got a desire to help others and you know, bring people on the journey. So now I'd like to hand over to Bianca, who's a mother of two. She's doing brilliantly. Her sons are both involved in this business. She's done some really good work with our training. We've got a Facebook page that we're going to be introducing you to over the next few weeks or so that you're in a position to actually help your team, because there's going to be a lot of the things that we discussed about the learning and everything else. And today, Bianca's going to talk about presentations. And one thing about the presentation I'd like to say, you know, when I did my first presentation one-on-one on a piece of paper to somebody, then that was it. I was in charge of my business. The minute you start doing presentations to people, and don't be frightened to make mistakes, because nobody who sees it for the first time from you will know what it's about anyway. And half the time they don't understand it. I was building businesses with Boris and I couldn't understand the comp plans. And I was saying to Boris, I don't know how I'm making money, but there's money coming in. And did it matter? No. And I was doing the presentations and not understanding what I was saying. So doing is more important sometimes than actually waiting, because you can actually be growing, and that's what it's all about. So I'd like to pass you over to Bianca, who's going to finish off with presenting, and then we'll take a break after that. Okay. Sorry.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Derek, for that.
Thank you.
So I, again, just did a short video on presenting. And in this video, I also talk about the three-way call, like with the previous video that was on inviting. And the focus here is really for people that is brand new in Epic or even in network marketing that doesn't have the confidence and the competence. Make use of your upline, make use of your sponsor. To do that first introduction. But you know what, the benefit is that the upline that is on the three-way call will tell his story or her story, and then do a extended invitation to a free webinar. And then the second part is for people that is really been exposed to network marketing, you know, that is still a little bit unsure about doing the presentation on their own. Bring people to the free webinars, to the Zoom calls that we are having on Tuesday and Thursday evenings. And then there's obviously the part where when you start practicing, this is then where you build the confidence by starting to present to people. And Epic has got tools. There's videos, short videos, 1 minute video, 5 minute video, and even a 9-minute video that can help you. There's even a PDF document in the back office, in your Epic back office, where you can you know, download the document and then have it in a folder where you can then have it readily available and show the person. but we would like to encourage you to start maybe with a 3-way call and bringing people to the webinars so that people can hear it, and then you will do the follow-up, and the follow-up video will be the second video. But the idea here is really for you to build the confidence, and when you build the confidence by presenting it to your upline or to, you know, one of your business partners that is with you in the business, that started with you, or even, you know, somebody, any one of us that is will avail ourselves to help you. Remember, we said it so many times that we are here to help you. We want to support you. So doing the presentation, we don't want you, you know, to not be authentic and not be sincere in presenting, because there's energy that you put out when you do the presentation, and we want you to do it, you know, with that in mind. So I've got the video. I've asked Renton. Renton, I'm not sure if if you're able to play the video from your side, because I do have challenges with my my sound box here. If it's possible that you can play that video, it's a 4-minute video, I think. And if it's a problem that we can't play it, we will put it out on the WhatsApp group, and it will also end up in the Facebook group where all the various units is. And when you get to presentation, you'll be able to watch the video. Renton?
Okay,
Thank you.
just 1 second, and I've got it here. Just going to share. Can you see that? Okay.
Yes, you can just make it wide.
Yeah.
Wide screen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so you've done the discovery, you've asked all the right questions, and you've even extended the invitation. And if you can remember in my previous video, I encourage you to do a 3-way call and invite or set an appointment with your prospect. Now, the reason for the 3-way call is just that your upline will come in and he or she will tell their story, their epic story. And then they will the second portion of what they will do with your prospect is they will then invite them to a free webinar. And they will say, Bianca's got 3 spots left for you. On a Tuesday and on a Thursday at 9 o'clock, we've got free webinars. Which of the 2 days suits you? Your prospect will then decide which day will suit him. And all that you will do then is a day before, you will call that person and just confirm the appointment. This is an approach that we want to encourage anyone that is new to EPIC and anyone that is new in network marketing. You do not know the business. You haven't learned. You haven't been trained. So we prefer that your upline stand in for you and assist you in that regard. Until such time that you've learned and you've been trained to do the presentation, you can then go into the presentation on your own. So you've got 2 choices. You can do the presentation. If you are competent, if you are confident to do it, you can then do the presentation on your own. There is a PDF document in the back of office in EPIC, you know, and then you also have the video, the 10-minute video, 9.5-minute video clip that you can use. Now, here's the thing. We don't want to encourage people to do the presentation if they're not yet have the confidence and the competence. So what you could do is then just invite them to a presentation. And the way you're going to do is you're going to say to them exactly the same lines that your upline used and say, you know what, I've got a potential solution for you. If you are open to listen to it, We've got free webinars on a Tuesday and on a Wednesday, Tuesday or on a Thursday or Thursday at 9 o'clock. You know what? Which of these 2 days will suit you? And then your prospect will make a decision. The real essence of this invitation to invite them to a presentation is so that they get exposed to the complete business presentation. And the way you're going to do it is just inviting them to come to the presentation. But here's the key. You would want them to know that there's only 3 spots left. There's only 2 spots left, so that they don't, just cancel it for whatever reason, that they respect your time, that they respect that they've made a commitment with you, and that they will then show up at the presentation. When it comes to presenting on your own, there's definitely a certain protocol that we want you to follow. And that protocol we can only share with you, not on a video like this, but we'd like to share it with you in training, where you then practice the presentation with your upline, with a accountability partner or buddy. But the idea is really for you to get good at it, to master that skill, and then do it on your own. So that is it. Thank you.
So very short video, not too lengthy, but just very condensed. I do want to say that it does not stop anyone to do
Joining me live from Beverly Hills is the real Wolf of Wall Street, the author and former stockbroker Jordan Belfort, of course, inspired the Hollywood movie.
So we don't want to stop you to do your own presentations. We definitely want to encourage you, but we also know that a lot of people fail in this area and then they give up, they quit on their own dreams. So what we want to do is we want to hold your hand. Like I said in previous sessions, we want to hold your hand. We don't want to spoon feed you. We want to hold your hand, but we want you to get better at that. And that's why we encourage you to rather bring people to the webinars, the free webinars, and then, practice the presentation until you feel confident to do that. Derek, I don't know if you want to add something to that.
Yeah, no, that was very, very good, Bianca. Brilliant. Your videos get better and better all the time, which is proving that the more times you do it, the better practice you get, the better they get. So proof of the pudding. If we saw the first video you did and the one you've done just now, it just shows how much improvement. And again, you're doing the presentations on Thursday as well, which would be a big help. Okay, so if anyone wants, what's the time now? We're going to have a quick break now for about 10 minutes, let's say 15 minutes, get back at 15:15. But if people are staying in the room and want to say anything or make any comments, I'm going to open up the what do you call it, the voices, the tabs, where is it? I'm going to unmute everyone so they can open up and ask. And if you can or want to talk, if you know where to raise your hand, raise your hand. If you don't, then hopefully we'll have you open up and say what you want to say. So anybody that wants to make any comments or ask any questions, go ahead, please. Yeah, carry on, Andy. Just unmute yourself. Okay.
Yeah, in the video there, Bianca, good video, by the way. Well, thank you for that. You said they've already seen the discovery and now they're going to see the presentation. What do you refer? What's the discovery?
All right, thanks, Andy, for that question. So the discovery is really to listen for clues when you have conversation with potential prospect. So there is a video on discovery specific, and then a video on inviting. So there's a few videos, the one following the other, and we actually now at stage of presenting.
Excellent, thank you.
Anyone else?
Okay, if there is no one else, I want first to congratulate all of you for being here tonight, because this is super important for everyone. I want to congratulate all the people that took part with the training, because it's massive commitment. You don't see this, but there is massive preparation before any of these trainings basically go out and they're shared. Doesn't matter if it's a video, if it's like a or written or verbal communication. There is a massive preparation basically before this. And everyone here in the team is here to share, to empower, to support, to really to help, regardless if you're part of their downline or not. That's very, very rare. I mean, just think about this. When was the last time you had this at your work? Nobody cares. But what we have here is an environment that we want to empower everyone to participate and play their role, because it's like every one of you has a major role to play, not just on your future, but in the future of all the people. Doesn't matter if they're part of your downline or not. Because remember this, you're learning from the people before you that they went there where you want to go. You're growing with the people around you, not necessarily part of your downline, the people that are at the same length of speed of learning and applying like you. And you're passing this to the people after you. So that's why I said, like, everyone has a major role to play. It's like you cannot skip a person, because if you skip a person, it's almost like you're cutting something that cannot grow. Imagine a tree or a flower. The minute you cut it, it cannot grow anymore. So I want to make sure that everyone, after we come back in 10 minutes, everyone has something to write, because what we're gonna unleash now. Now, the first part was like funnels and stuff. This is the technical stuff. But after you bring the people, what do you do? What do you do? And how do you improve, and how do you teach your people, not just to make a few bucks and then quit because they don't have a sustained income and their business is not growing. So I want you to write a couple of things just before we go to the break. Number one, 90% of the people that are coming into network marketing, 90, are losing money. This is an unbelievable number. Now, they're losing money not because they cannot make money, because their level of commitment is not there. That's why I said congratulations to all of you, because you're here. And the first part of a person trying to grow and improve is to start showing up, start showing up, start showing up. As long as you keep on showing up and you don't give up on you, the people that are around you, they're not going to give up on you. This is with the morning sessions. I started just with one person, and now every morning we're growing and more people are coming, not because we want to wake up at 5 a.m., but because this is a commitment to us and our future. And it's the best time to warm up on before everyone else is up, is giving us the edge of how you can grow and get ahead by depositing on your mind and everything that you need to do every single day. So let me just go back to the numbers. 90% are losing money. Why? They lack commitment. And when they lack commitment, they will lack the next thing, which is discipline. Now, if you don't have commitment and you don't have discipline, the only thing that you can expect is a disaster in anything you do. Because anything you do, the way you do one thing is how you do everything. And it's a habit that we build. So let's just unveil the numbers. There is a very specific statistic. Only 0.15%, 0.15% are making millions, which means that 99.85% of the people are not making millions. So what is the difference? Let me just give you this in a nutshell very quickly, because this is so important for everyone to understand. And what you need to do, if you want to basically empower yourself and your family, if you want to give yourself the key to freedom, to the kingdom of that everyone is really looking for, you have to do what this 0.15% of the people, the elite people, are doing, not what everyone that is failing is doing. So I want to be very, very clear with this. We all need to learn from the people that we want to basically use as role models and grow and achieve what they're achieving. Not with everyone that is complaining, not showing up, not disciplined. No. So The average person in network marketing recruits about 3 people in their career. So when we talk about 99.85%, this is what the average person does. I want you to listen very carefully what I'm saying. And this 0.15%, they're averaging above 600 people personally recruit. From 600 to, I think the top recruiter is 1,500 and something right now. Personal recruits. So what is the difference? Same opportunity, same compensation plan, same product, same services. Oh, the difference is every one of us, our personal brand, which is us, and are we increasing our value, which means polishing our skills or not? So this second part will be how everyone should aim to polish the skills. Now we've done this session this morning at 5 o'clock. You're having the opportunity to catch up because from tomorrow we're gonna go deep into all those skills. Without those skills, we're only dreaming. It doesn't matter, you know, what platform we're gonna use, which company, which compensation plan, which funnel. None of these things matter. If we want sustained residual income that starts to increase and compound and go up. This increase starts with us and the deposit that we deposit in ourselves before this can basically start to grow. It's like watering a flower. Unless you're watering the flower with the right information, the flower cannot grow. Now, obviously, it needs all the different components, but this is what everyone has to start to do. Everyone has to first commit, decide and commit, and then start to grow on all those skills that are critical for everyone. So the difference between people signing people and those people, you know, just dying on their own is the skills. Can they survive on their own? Can they recruit on their own 600, 700, 800, 900 people personally or not? And if not, why not? Well, you're gonna discover why and how you can actually make this a profession for you. The highest paid profession. But you need to know there is elements that everyone has to master. And those are 3 elements: invite, present, and train. And they have subcomponents. And the minute you understand each element and which is the first one that you need to master, then you will be able to work on the subcomponents. So let's have 10 minutes break. And now it's 8:07. Let's come back. We can stay in the room, but let's come back at 2020. Is this okay? Or you want 15 minutes?
No, 2020 is all right.
Okay, 2020.
Yeah.
Let's come back and rock and roll again.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to carry on chatting now, feel free.
Yeah.
Feel free to open up and, you know, ask questions, make your comments about any training we've done, whether you like what we're doing, do you want us to improve it, change it, whatever. Anybody want any comments on what we're doing so far? Oh, yep, you can unmute yourselves, yep.
Derek, you mentioned that you're going to put the link in the comment box for the funnel system.
Well, I'll put it into the WhatsApp and the Telegram group. I'll do it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be
okay.
fine.
Good.
What I'll do is that there's 3 landing pages, guys, by the way. The first one is the actual one where you capture the leads, and all they have there is a little video and you put your name and email, etc. So to avoid you having to do that or going through the process, what you do is I'll give you the page where the 5 videos are, and just watch the 5 videos. They're very short, but just you'll see the process that the leads and the traffic are going to go through. So again, going back to that, 100 people will be 100 clicks rather will convert 30%, and out of that 30%, 3 to 5 people will actually sign up. That's the objective based on the quality of the leads that we're going to be buying. And I've done this before and it works really, really well. The only thing was, like I said before, with the other company, I did not have the information to get hold of the people. Okay. Anyone want to say anything? Alexander, you've unmuted yourself. Did you want to say something? Don't know whether you're trying to talk or not, but we can't hear a word you're saying. It's
I'm going to go and grab myself a cup of coffee.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead,
guys.
Disappear
Yeah. Off.
Grab
But
just
want to just let you know that I'm on board with the training. I've seen the value of it, and the real value of it is that none of us can bring on board enough people to make a significant income at this. If we've got to do all ourselves, there's a limit to how big our business is going to be, and it'll be about 20 people. The most that any of us can interact with and support and encourage and train at any one time. It's about 20 people. So, but as a team, we can, of course, we put people into the system, and the team grows, the system grows, and therefore all of our businesses grow. So I'm fully on board with this. I'm looking forward to being less busy and being able to put some time and effort into this.
Yeah, no, that'd be brilliant. Thanks.
Okay, coffee time.
Okay. Anyone else? Any comments, Rachel? What did you think of the training so far?
Thank you, Derek. I've enjoyed it and learnt so much from it. Thank you. As I always, do, but this has been a very special energy tonight. It's very, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's so much excitement and momentum that you've all been creating, and it's a very exciting moment, I feel, to be in this business and for us to all be together and stretching to be, the very best versions of ourselves that we can be, and we can do that by the mutual support of each other, which comes quite naturally. There's an inner core of commitment to each other, as well as to the development of our own businesses. It's absolutely perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Derek.
Thank you. Yeah, and what Boris is going to share with you guys now in a minute, I tell you, I was almost blown off my seat, and I've learned a lot over the years, and I just can't help thinking, the more we learn, the better. So it's all about self-growth at the end of the day, because if you can actually grow so that you can help somebody else and help somebody else manage to invite somebody because of something you've said, then that in itself is a massive thing. Anyone else want to say anything? Don't be shy. We're all going to be friends here eventually.
Yeah, I just want to say how much we all appreciate the amount of work you put into this, Derek, because it has been hard work for you to build our teams up and support us the way you have been. And, some people think that the leaders of teams like this can sit on a group and hope it's going to grow, but it's much more to it than that. It's what you've done, implementing this system for us. We know, well, at least I do, that it's taken you a massive amount of work to get together, and I just want to put my hands together and appreciate you for it. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know, behind the scenes, what you're doing to help people is just incredible. And I just want to say the same thing here is, it's not always about the money. It's about helping people, and we have to take our eyes off ourselves and onto others. And that's what it's all about. And a good friend of mine, Derek, I've been, not this Derek, but another Derek. He's of the same as me. He's got the same attitude that you don't become successful in this sort of thing unless you care about people. And that's what you've demonstrated, Derek, that you care about people, not just your own pocket. And that is absolutely what this is about. What you've implemented is awesome, and you've worked hard at it, and we appreciate it.
Thank you. As so are the leaders in the team as well. And the good thing about this is, you see, Guys, we've been through this. We've been in organizations where we haven't been helped. Renton's been through organizations where he hasn't been helped. So we understand what people go through. So we're trying to avoid all that. So we're trying to be as helpful as we can, realizing that some of you haven't done the things we've done. You haven't learned the things we've learned. So we're trying not to overwhelm you, but at the same time, teach you. And that's why I say this isn't a 1 month, 2 month, 3 month program. This is a long-term thing, because the growth, I mean, just going back to Amway, Renton was actually way above me in terms of how he built his organization. If we were to compare this organization with what Renton had achieved previously, you know, he'd be at the ambassador level, and I'm at the founder 600 level. That's the equivalent. So, you know, he's got a lot of things to share with us in due course with the growth and things he's been built. But what I was going to say was that, you know, we're here to help you learn all those little things, but it's not going to take you a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You know, it's going to take you a few months to get the skill sets. In the meantime, we've got the funnel. In the meantime, you can use us in 3 ways. And going back to what Renton was saying about the 3 ways, that edification thing is so important, because you see, us in the leadership understand the edification. So when you actually call us and get us to actually talk to one of your people, we will edify you so much so that the person will want to listen to you as well. You know, it's not just going to be us that are edified by you. You speak well of us, we speak well of you. And the person who's on the other phone, on the other line, the third person, will think, wow, you know, this is really, really good. They're really helping each other. They'll see it as part and parcel of the whole process. They'll want to belong. Because what we want to do is create a group and a team that people want to belong. And even if it wasn't for the money, they'd still want to belong to that club. That's how good we want to make it. You know, a group of friendly people helping friendly people to actually succeed in life. And that's what it's all about. So hopefully that's what we're going to do. And we're going to be different, because we're not going to be like everyone else, because we're going to try and go way above the normal. We're going to under-promise and over-deliver. That's what I plan to do. And if we do that correctly with all the leadership I've got in the team, you know, we'll do well. We'll do well. You know, that's what it's all about. So each of you are in a team that has a very strong, good upline. So, you know, you might be in 3 different legs, but you've actually got, you know, very good, strong people in your upline. I know that because obviously I brought them in. So thank you, Renton, for that. So anyone else? Anyone else? Any comments, any remarks, anything else before we go on to, I think, another 3 minutes, and we'll be starting. You know, sometimes you think about that question you haven't asked, but you wish you'd asked. Maybe, you know, now's the time. Sorry, Andy, did you want to say something?
No, I just automatically unmute myself when I sit down in front of a Zoom meeting. Sorry. Because I might think of something to say, you know?
Yeah.
But from your perspective, Andy, who's somebody who's already done trading, could you explain to people